Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors and it is Pocket Wednesday. So today I'm making a floating pocket with lots of pockets. So I have everything prepared so it should come together pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do here, you know how like you can stack pockets up on a page, but it gets pretty bulky, and I am getting to the point where I have scraps, for this particular paper pack. And so, you don't have to use like a full pocket in order to have a pocket. So we're just going to do some scrap pockets. They're actually going to be like not all the way glued down pockets. We'll just glue them on the sides. I'm sure you've done it before. Instead of the circle punch, I am going to use my oval so that it has a, not as deep of a thumb hole. And I will line them up this way so that they're all the same. Hopefully. I didn't know if it would go through all 4 sheets of paper easily. That's why I'm doing it this way. To get my fingers out of the way. So how are you guys doing? Things are going pretty well here, I guess. I feel as though I'm doing a little bit of procrastinating in my craft room. So I haven't gotten a whole lot done lately. I feel like I work on one thing and when I finish it, I just don't want to do anymore for some reason. So, okay, you guys, we're gluing this down to white, but the back side is patterned and we're going to put something on the back side as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing. So you could glue it down as a pocket, like put glue here, and it would be just a real shallow pocket, or you can just do the sides. I'm kind of out of my normal area, so because of the sewing machine. So I'm having a hard time seeing to line things up. Okay, so that's the first one. And then you kind of have to figure out where things will be so that they're not, like one of these is real skinny and the other one's real fat. So like I want to move this one up just a little bit. And I'm not going to measure, I'm just really going to eyeball it. And then I will do this pencil. I've got a million of them, but you would not know that. So then I just put a line there so I know where to stop. It still will be kind of a bulky pocket, but I don't know. That's okay sometimes. So on the journal that I've been working on, my signatures are pretty much finished, and I need to figure out the cover, and I'm having a hard time with that. Hence the procrastination. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have ideas, but I don't know. Okay. That's pretty good. Close enough. So, and yeah, you always want to be careful that when you've put your little thumb punches in, when you're doing something like this, if you're not careful, you'll end up with your thumb punch, lower. So that's why you just have to think about it for a little bit. And that is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the more shallow thumb punch with the oval. Of course, you can do a really shallow thumb punch with the circle too, but trying to see my little pencil line at the same time as I'm trying to see the edge. This, again, it's probably going to be a really fast video. I've prepared everything. It's all ready to just glue down and decorate. I've decorated all of the tags already. I'm just gluing down the pockets. So then this one we get all the way around. And I just hit my thumb on the glue line. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, so there we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets here. And then on the back side, we're going to add a pocket this way. Okay, and I stitched around this in green. And we will put the glue on these 3 sides. Try and remember that my camera is at a weird angle, and so sorry if I'm out of camera at some point. I try and tell myself before getting started where I am, you know, and trying to stay within that area, but it is actually really hard to do. And then I have just this little cutout that I was going to decorate with, and then this can be like a little journaling area right here. So when I do this, I usually just kind of hold it so that my thumb is where I don't want the glue. And then I do this. Otherwise, I mean, every time I will glue the wrong side. Okay, and then the sewing machine is so that I'm gonna punch around the sides here. The sewing machine is so that I can go all the way around. So I'm not inking in this journal, right? And so of course what takes its place? Sewing. So I don't know if I'm saving myself any time. I'm saving myself the mess. I'm not a real neat inker. I get, you know, ink all over me. So there's a little bit of white hanging off from the pocket on the other side. So you can just trim that down. I mean, it's really not that obvious, but okay. So I'm going to do a stitch. I just have to remember that I can't go up here, and that might look funny, so maybe I'm not going to stitch it. I wasn't thinking about that. I should have ran a stitch right here. Okay. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, I don't know. I wanted to stitch this. So it would just have stitching here, here, and here. Maybe I'll just do stitching here and here. That's what I'll do. Okay, so sorry about, the stitching. I would just, sometimes I don't mind editing it out, but since what I do just on YouTube Studio, it takes hours. Once you've edited out something, it takes hours for it to upload. And so since this needs to go up for Pocket Wednesday, I don't know that I have hours. The last time I did some editing, it didn't finish uploading until it was like overnight. So anyway, so there's the stitching on one side. We'll go ahead and do the other. Almost. I do have a faster speed on my sewing machine, but it's so fast that it kind of freaks me out. So I would go faster, but it's too fast. Okay, so there's that. Get these, and look, I'm using my old scissors. I don't know, you guys, about the whole scissor thing. And I don't know, I might have liked the back side of this without the stitching. You know how the back side of the stitching gets a little bit, it's more holy because, I don't know, it's the needle poking through, it makes the holes look different. I don't know. Anyway, so this, the back side, here's what I made to put in the pocket on the back side. Isn't that adorable? So I'm using up scraps. And Marcy at Creators Call Shop stamped some images and sent them to me. They're adorable. So I colored those in with just colored pencils. So I had fun doing that. And then I glued this down, gave it a little tab and some little banner type things and stitched around it. And then, so that's the back side. So that goes in like that. So that's very cute. And again, there's writing space here. And then on this side, what I have made, again, I'm trying to use up the scraps from this scrapbook pad. And honestly, there are some things like this is actually, I don't think it's from the scrapbook pad, but I kind of got it mixed up in there, so I left it. I don't know, I might add some tabs on like this particular one because what sticks out is just that. And so I don't know, it's not very colorful, but it's okay. And I made these a little bit more narrow than, the full pocket size so that it just, hopefully slides in and out better. And then I made this one. And they're just, and you can stitch around them, but again, it's going to add bulk. So I decided not to. And you can go kind of back and forth with them if you want. I tried to make them a little narrow so that they could also, wiggle one way or the other. So just a word, no, nothing on the back, and some little flowers. And then this one is just for you with some little brads there. And then I have, this is just a note. I stitched around it. I don't even know where my camera is at this point. I stitched around it just with some white stitching. And these tiny little brads, believe it or not, they went through the stitch holes. So I was going to stitch that there and add these. Okay, so let's glue these down. And then I will see if I can find a page in my not put together yet journal where it could sit. So this would be a good way, you know, to use up some of your scraps, in my opinion, because this scrap, this was actually a scrap. This was a scrap, this was a scrap. This was a big scrap, but it still was a scrap. I mean, I had all these things that I had cut previously, you know, to make something and didn't use. So technically it is all scraps. And then glue this down. These brads here are so tiny. The little, you know, wiry thingies, they bend over so easily. It's crazy, actually. Okay, so I'll move that so it's not on the stitching. Hold that down for a second. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Sorry if there's a wiggle. And you guys, this journal is going to be so fat. Here it is from the side right now. I need to add things, you know, like trims and stuff like that, but it's big. It is really big. So let's see where I can set it and see. Okay, so this is it finished. Isn't that cute? I could put a tab off to the side, and I might do that. I'm not sure, just depends. But let's see if there's a good place. I mean, it's kind of fat, honestly, but you know, there are lots of places it could go. Like maybe here, because it's kind of plain. In fact, I think that's perfect. It could go right here. And so it's floating. It can just sit right inside like that. So there it is, sitting in a journal, and you could move it wherever you wanted. So let's say you were journaling about something and you needed extra space, you could put this wherever you wanted for that journal space. Okay, so there you go, you guys. It's a floating multi-pocket pocket. Thanks for watching. Bye.